first game of the group stages of the International. Excited to watch them play. Meanwhile, Thunder, excited to continue learning. It feels like they've taken that draft from game number 2 and said, all right, we almost got it. We almost figured it out. Let's keep going on that. Let's work on that. So again, they've isolated what they want to do already, and they're going to try and push that a little further. Let's see how it works out for them.
Yeah, I think for Thunder Awaken this time around, it is going to be ILICH on the Spirit Breaker. How quickly can he get to the sweet spot on the hero? The phase boots, the Yashakaya, the Aghanims, ripping through the map, killing all the heroes. And then it's, wait, how do we kill the Bristleback with the save of the SD plus the Dazzle? Positioning and aggression is key to Thunder Awaken if they are to get themselves in this game. Yeah, right now, both teams posturing. Looking to go for the runes. Nothing too crazy. Should just be a 2-for-2 split.
Yeah, and a lot of things I said about Shopify Rebellion. Oh, T-Gov. Unlucky.
Oh, into instant D-Ward. What a start!
Yeah, nice balling. He's loving life. What a gamer. That's a hell of a start. So yeah, a lot of the things I was saying about Shopify definitely apply to Thunder as well, but just not quite in the same way. It's not as clean, you know?
It isn't.
Like swap versus disruption is kind of like, I'd much rather have swap.
Yeah, that's true.
Magic damage, you know, like Spirit Breaker magic damage versus Lina magic is like,
But you do have disruption against Luna, so then you're able to take the copies of the Luna, force her itemization to maybe be a little bit different. She won't rush towards Butterfly potentially. Skadi, of course, is very good in this game. But yeah, it's a lot of questions that Shopify will need to answer, but fundamentally just team play is going to be the solution. When do they group up? How do they go for their first Roshan? And Abed, he is going to be the biggest playmaker of the team. I hope to see the magic build with the Blink Dagger, Aether Lens, and just non-stop be like, hey, you showed for a second? No more disruption. SD's there. Yeah.
Kind of interesting how this mid lane goes as well. I know that Dazzle is kind of hard to lose lanes with, but then Lina has always been just the number one, the day one of owning lanes. So
it is a classic for sure.
I want to win lane, I pick Lina, I use Dragon Slave. La 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 la, no brain.
Nice one. SLATEM did, he started with a couple extra denies, using the Shadow Wave to just manipulate the HP, getting that extra deny or two, but yeah, I'd be surprised if we see any kills here. It would take like some egregious aggressive positioning for either the mid laners to go down. SabeRLight getting pretty low top. In Shopify, they started
he's not super healthy. Wow, coming back in though. That's brave, but
I mean, if you saw the start of the lane, SabeRLight was already like right in the face. He's like getting the extra deny, had a slight CS advantage, and at any minute in this lane, I think either side could go down, right? You've got double-edged spam into magic missile spam. On the other side, you've got quills into inkswells and stroke of fates. It's a very explosive lane from both of these teams, and if you're Shopify, you don't want to be giving away the kills. Like, as soon as you give Bristle any early lead, it will just accelerate their ability to group up whilst Luna's still catching up her farm, or not catching up, but just farming her key 2 or 3 items that she needs to then try and break the game. Yeah, not being too aggressive here. Trading the farm.
It's something which we've seen though, like, oh, bottom and low. She's getting kind of low here, but yeah, in comes the Phoenix once again. Actually, it might be Yellow. She's in some trouble. We've got a lot of Lucent Beam available, but he's not quite low enough to finish the job. And now Knight's going to come in from the side, but doesn't quite have the mana for disruption. Does now get the mana, but going to go for the Shadow Poisons instead. Wants to try and bring down Arteezy, but that ain't going to happen, Chief.
So much resources used on both sides, but yeah. Lotus go in the way of Shopify, so a little bit more regen for Arteezy. They do need to be bringing out some couriers, though, I feel. Like, I'm not seeing Phoenix or Luna bringing out any regen. Okay, now some tangles are coming out. Nice thing with death.
Little awkward Inkswell in the top lane. Just trying to save him, I think. Kind of defensive Inkswell players. As they just continue putting the pressure onto the Bristle, but he's still doing fine. Leading CS, actually, so not bothered at all. That's the thing, like, Shopify, I think they've kind of fallen out of this recently, but something they really used to love doing was giving SabeRLight last pick, making sure they always gave him a nice lane so that Crit could go and do all the stuff on the map. Doesn't look like that's going to be the case this game, though.
Well, I think that...
Not completely free.
I feel like SabeRLight... Hold.
Poison. It won't be enough. The one is there from Arteezy, and that's actually going to be Arteezy getting first blood as well. And now Fly swooping in, looking for more. ILICH being chasing down. One more right click will be needed, not going to be used, as there will still a stick available as well. So the Spirit Breaker will survive, but still big win in the bottom lane.
And the value is a stick, right? One lane has a little bit more spam, and in doing so, they make that turnaround play. Tango's now finally come up for Shopify as well. Nice little early kill there.
Absolutely. And this is so nice for Luna as well. Like, it's very... It's quite unusual to be getting kills in this hero in lane. You usually just go for this passive build, which Arteezy is doing at the moment. Lucent Beam into 2 points in Luna Blessing, not leveling the beam, really. Going for the passive. So if you can get yourself a kill on top of that, then you just go into the jungle, like, so strong.
It helps though that they're laning into one poison. It helps they're laning into like a Shadow Demon, right? If this was like a Willow or Mirana or anything else that could combo with aggression with the Spirit Breaker, there's no way Arteezy's sitting here on 200 HP, right? But the odd poison spam, the aura, the fact that at any minute Fly could just come in with some Fire Spirits to take away the right click of Spirit Breaker. He could maybe bash once every second or so, but now he's got really good RNG, but he's barely right-clicking. One of the slower right-clickers in the game. Mid lane. Play with confidence.
Crit tried to make a rotation in, but MJZ read him beautifully and was able to take him down with the help of SLATEM. So rotation on the mid lane, not quite successful. And now the charge coming in through. Abed could be in some trouble. In comes the stroke of fate. Abed tries to turn around and get the kill to SLATEM. Instead, not going to happen. And the poison takes him down. 2 kills in the middle lane for the Dazzle. What a start for Thunder.
Yeah, what a move as well. He doesn't even have Grave on Dazzle. They just rotate in. Don't have the damage output, and in doing so, Grim walks up, helps turn around the engagement. And a little bit surprising that the Spirit Breaker charging mid, it's Abed a little bit too far stepped up and does trade his life away. Crit respawns, comes bottom, tries to kill off Knight. Should very much be a kill.
SabeRLight. Yep, Knight goes down, but over on the top side, they're finding another one. SabeRLight will be killed off, and SLATEM all of a sudden just 3 quick kills in a row. Bam, bam.
Yeah. It helps as well that the aggression came to SLATEM in the mid lane, so then he could just TP to SabeRLight, who was extremely aggressively positioned on the off lane. But no, this is exactly what Thunder Awaken want to do. They want to make the map feel chaotic, to then allow for these quick TPs, Spirit Breaker charges. Shopify, they scale into the game. Pretty much all their heroes are very heavily item dependent, at least in the tri-core. So that's why they can
tries to go for Knight here and grab the Wisdom Rune, but it's just going to collide with him, and now he will be going down. Spirit Breaker runs across. Yeah, lovely little bash straight away. Now put an end to Fly. Now one really cool thing, if we look over towards Arteezy here, he's farming the stack, and who do you think made this stack?
Arteezy.
That's right, it's the man himself. During the laning phase, because they had such good lane control, he was just able to use this Lucent Beam to stack the camp for himself whilst continuing to farm under tower. So he didn't even need to take time away from the lane, using the range of Lucent Beam to stack the wave whilst laning. I've never seen that before. That's super sick, and now he's reaping the rewards from it.
I thought it was a trick question, to be fair. I was like, did SD stack it for him? Did he make a big blunder? I don't know.
It was kind of a trick question. You don't really expect the carry to stack camps during the laning phase. Knight, just gets blasted to the face.
This is what you kind of
immediately picks the ward spot.
Don't think you can. Oh wait, you do. Oh, Stampede.
But now, that's set though. Yeah, Stampede's going to try and help out. Crit does go down regardless, and Abed can't quite finish the job onto ILICH. ILICH is going to go and TP away from this one, and Abed doing the exact same thing. Knows he can't fight with that Shadow Poison upon him, so just gets himself the hell out.
Yeah, I feel like for Shopify at least, they're kind of doing what you were mentioning, right? Like they like to put SabeRLight on an island by himself, free up Crit to make these moves, but just the moves aren't connecting right now. They're trying to gank a Dazzle who's defensively positioned. You then have an any minute Spirit Breaker kind of offsetting that engagement, and in doing so, the kill feed is favoring Thunder Awaken for now. down at the bot lane as well.
Arteezy in some trouble. Disruption comes in as Crit tries to help him out, but it's not going to be enough. Luna's going to fall regardless. ILICH gets the kill and they get themselves back. Nice pick off there onto the carry. Definitely a target you want to bring down a couple of times to stop Arteezy just absolutely running away with farm this game.
It's really nice poking coming from Thunder Awaken. You go mid, get killed, come bottom, instantly get the kills. Just dragging Shopify around the map, and they need to kind of just slow down the game a little bit, set up their heroes correctly, so it just enables them to farm. But right now, it's just not happening.
Quick finger crit doing the work onto ILICH here, but ILICH might still be able to get a kill. No, never mind. It does get blown up by Abed, who's on the sidelines here. The SLATEM coming in once again, once another, gonna find it. This Dazzle's going pretty nuts right now.
He's popping off. Kind of helps all the fights are localized in his area, right? Like, he's not having to think about his TPs too much. He's going straight for the Agnums. He's not looking for a Midas. He's not looking to greed it up. Get straight away, amp up your Shadow Wave, and throw your teammates into the fight. And we've not even had to mention Bristleback too much recently. He's very much on the way to Agnums. It does feel like Thunder Awaken should be able to hit their mid-game timing. Syncing up items was the biggest issue in that previous series for Thunder Awaken, but this time around, I think they have drastically improved it. You know, Shadow Blade for a Spirit Breaker, Ags for a Bristle, Ags for a Dazzle. It is their mid-game to make the moves and make all the plays. While Shopify clearly do need to make some recovery.
Like with the quill sprays being physical, and then of course like the Dazzle amplifying everybody's damage and making everybody low on armor. Of course, that's bad juju for you. Everyone that gets hit by a Dazzle spell, they lose armor. Whilst the Bristleback gains armor. Oh, that sounds like a brutal timing for them.
On top of it, like Spirit Breaker as well, if he gets the shard, the planar pocket, there's a lot of single target spells for him to soak up, right? Like if he soaks up a Laguna or a key magic missile, like that could be enough to go, wait a second, Bristle's not dead, or my SD didn't die. Now we can turn the fight, and the net worth is kind of teetering in 1-2k lead to Thunder Awaken. Of course, this isn't some like incredible like 5-6k start. Oh my god, it's their game, but it's at least moving in the direction of they should be able to control it.
Okay.
ILICH is just
alright.
Showcasing why Spirit Breaker is insane. Like last TI, the hero was busted.
They got a
no
first
one
hit
cared.
back.
Yeah, I mean, of course. Yeah, he just has good RNG. Like last TI, not fully ignored, but like no one really knew his power limits. He was busted. Some team, if they knew about Spirit Breaker back then, could have maybe took that TI from Thunder, but alas, now it's back to its true form with the extra bash damage in the previous patch. It's an insane hero, and once again he charges onto mid lane Abed. The charge is coming. He does have a tower though, so it's protected.
Yeah, positioning himself very well here as well. Knows the score. Knows that if he steps down into the river, this probably going to not end too well for him. And meanwhile, Arteezy just continuing to try and farm up here. Has this Mask of Madness completed. Looking to go straight in for the Manta as well, so pretty nice stuff coming out from him, but the Bristle, he's just a step ahead. Knight is absolutely rolling this game at the moment when it comes to money.
The question for Arteezy in this game is, what's the perfect build for him? Because right now, like there's a Silver Edge for the break against Bristle. There's a Lincoln's to stop the disruption or the charge from the SD or the Spirit Breaker. You also need Manta for farm efficiency. You can't really go Butterfly because of the SD, and also it's not too perfect of a game. Scardy's in contention. Like I'm listing like 3 or 4 items that have different play styles. It'll be interesting to see which one Arteezy does land on in the end. And crit, not level 6 yet at the minute 13, so he can't swap back the Spirit Breaker. The supports are just starved a little bit on Shopify. Self-inflicted though, to be fair. They have been making a lot of moves on this Venge, and in doing so, this is the repercussions, right? You just don't have the XP and Knight. Luckily, he didn't go down to the Ancients. That would have been hysterical. He nearly died to Tormentor. And I mean, he wasn't dying to Ancients, but again, could have been funny. Oh, crit!
Yep. He tries to go for the Spirit Breaker. Doesn't quite work out, and now the Spirit Breaker comes for him. Unfortunate.
I have crit in my fantasy league. Come on, man. You got 4 dash. Wait, hold on. What was my stats for his? For
Hope you don't have the death stat on him, because that's not looking too hot.
Watchers taken, runes grabbed, and stuns. Okay, luckily he is playing a magic missile based hero. That's some stun.
yes, got
Radiant's
Planet in
middle
mind, and
tower
they
is
just
under
won,
attack.
so we eating good. Middle tower starting to take a hell of a beating here. Smiling Knight just hanging out in the middle lane all by his lonesome. I mean, his team are nearby within touching distance, but when it comes to hitting the tower, it's just him, and yeah, what can you do?
Radiant's middle
Look what
tower
he does.
is under attack. Middle tower
He's
has
had
fallen.
just a complete free farm game. Like, this is the best window right now for Thunder Awaken. Like the fact that they're gonna have the double outs, Dazzle on Bristle, the Shadow Blade's coming out on Spirit Breaker.
Radiant are
There should be smokes, pickoffs, secure that Roshan, take it away from Shopify. Don't let them hit this like 20-minute
Dire's
ball
top
that this
tower
draft
is under
easily could have
attack.
hit if they were able to play a very methodical, stable laning phase. The Thunder Awaken, they did not allow it. They were very chaotic in both move and play.
Invisibility.
Yeah, Abed's really kind of out of the show at the moment. Needs to kind of bring himself back into the game some other way. It'll be really hard to get kills against this Thunder lineup. Especially now, they're going to be so close to each other. Unless, of course, you want to go for Smiling Knight, who's got 2,000 HP and...
Oh, crit, no. It's TPing out.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's top
It was
tower is
close.
under
The
attack.
Aghanims almost did it. The machine gun quills coming into play here as Abed being chased down as well on the bottom side of the map. SabeRLight jumping in on this one. They want to try and just bring down a support to start things off here. MJZ going to be that target as Abed does eventually fall. Turns around to get the Laguna Blade onto Knight. Knight also not falling here. I mean, they're using their belts, but they're just not connecting. And now SabeRLight all alone as the rest of the team come cascading down onto the Centaur. SabeRLight, nothing he can do. Stuns nothing and dies.
Just a one by one. Like, you need to respect the map play against the Spirit Breaker lineup and
Dire are scanning.
drag so far around. And Arteezy goes top and instantly. Look who's there. ILICH is like, let me go find an enemy real quick.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Dude, this play from Thunder, it's actually insane. It's insane.
They are just slaughtering Shopify on just map play. I guess the key thing here is Shopify, without the levels, most of their heroes kind of play for themselves, right? Luna wants to farm, Phoenix needs to farm a bit more. He hasn't got the big Sunray points to punish the Bristleback. Even if she has a good game, she can't position in these fights.
Well, here we go. Eclipse is used. Maybe MJC falls, although he's reached the limit on the Eclipse hits and he's not dead. Bind now. They need to get themselves away, but it's a beautiful soulbind coming out of the two of them. Here comes Bristleback from the sidelines as well. They've assembled on the side of Thunder, and that Bristleback comes dangerously close to Arteezy. Rips through SabeRLight. They want the big carry. They might not find him though. Beautiful LSA coming out, but the Inkswell takes the stun off. Arteezy under tower, getting beaten down. The charge comes through, interrupted by the Lucent Beam. Arteezy fighting for his life right now, and they're a tier 2 tower. They won't bring him down, but they will take his towers instead. Shopify, they cannot bring a fight to the side of Thunder. They need to find another way to play this game.
Bristol has Ag Shard. It's 17 minutes in. He's got Vanguard. He's going to bring out the Voodoo Mask as well, just for an extra bit of spell lifesteal. Inevitably become the Bloodstone. Shopify, they just need to dodge every single fight possible and
Scanning.
just pray they can get to a later stage of this game. Crit. He's had an absolute... I don't even know what word I want to use. It's just rough, hard, difficult game and
Stinker of a game.
stinker.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm going with.
Oh wait, but there eventually it turns around. He's got a wand, big one.
Surely he has to die. Surely he has to die. Spirit Breaker, he cannot survive this right now. And there we go. Laguna Blade to the face. A bit of seared beef in the bottom lane as the cow goes down. But meanwhile, having seared Roshan up on the top side, Roche is dead. Aegis now into the hands or paws or claws or whatever he has of Bristleback. And this guy was already feeling like he wasn't going to die. Now he's running down your lane with the Dazzle behind you and with an Aegis in his pocket.
Yeah, I feel like for Shopify though, like it's only a 4K lead to Thunder Awaken. Like once the fights get back to their base again, as long as they can farm up until, let's say, if they can just prolong the tier 3 siege, if it gets to 30 minutes, I think they're going to be in a good spot to kind of create the same comeback potential that Bet Boom presented in that second game of Thunder Awaken's previous series. But the same logic applies, right? You're going to have like swap backs, you're going to have big bursts of damage, no real way of ending the game through building siege. Like Bristleback by himself will have to hit buildings into a swap with high cast range. That's why Thunder Awaken, they need to be so mindful of that. And I think for Shopify, yes, the game feels rough, but like Crit, he's already accepted. he's probably more a position 5 in this game, right? Like, oh, wow, you killed me, but this time I killed Spirit Breaker. He does it again. If they trade another kill, they're slowly doing the small things to get to the big ticket items. And Arteezy, he's looking to go for that Shadow Blade into the Silver Edge, get a bit of that break in play, and stop Bristle from being the unkillable boss that he currently is. Level 15 at the 19-minute mark.
Yes, the unkillable ball of hair and quills, which is running at you right now. That's not even addressing the dazzle issue. Right. I think we got to take this one step at a time for Shopify. They got a lot of fires to put out in only one bucket of water.
Oh, crit, run away.
Yeah, your tier 2 tower might not be as safe as you're hoping. There comes a charge, there comes everything coming down on him.
Oh,
Radiant's bottom tower is under
so
attack.
the Spirit Breaker was charging the creep wave, and then Fly just Icarus dived by the creep, which then hit through the charge. Oh.
Some days it's just not your game. You just got to accept that. You just got to go, okay, I'm gonna get upset and
Will Arteezy get the illusion rune? SabeRLight's gonna die.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
I'm gonna
attack.
try and get away from this one. I mean, there is no Nether
Double
Strike
bounty.
thanks to Fly drop in earlier. But the poison's upon him, not just the shadow poison, but also the poisony poison. And down he goes. ILICH grabs another kill. This Spirit Break is going absolutely crazy right
Radiant's
now.
bottom tower is under attack.
To be fair, it's not like the worst position though, because when you look at Arteezy, now he's top net worth. He's climbed the ranks. He also picked up an illusion rune. So if you look at the northern side of the map, these
Radiant's
are
bottom
Arteezy's
tower
illusions just
is under
soaking up this
attack.
top bomb as well. Like,
Yeah.
if there ever was like a glimmer of hope for Shopify, it's the fact that this Aegis hasn't been them taking every outer tower, really choking out the map, stealing away the
Radiant's
wisdom
bottom
runes. It's
tower
been
has
quite a respectful usage of the Aegis. Like, you know what, we'll give you a bit of farm. We'll still kill you a couple times, but not really the killing blow. I think the comms on Shopify are just
Radiant's
throw
bottom
bodies
tower
in
is
weird
under attack.
positions and then hope that Abed and Arteezy itemize well enough that when it does hit that eventual high ground defense, we can turn the tide. And I think for Thunder Awaken, they do need to be a little bit more ruthless in their gameplay right now. And I think they're just giving too much of a combat potential. I feel like the win rate right now is probably like 60, 65%, 64% is my gut guess for Thunder Awaken. When potentially with these heroes, it could have been a completely different story. I'm gonna check the winner.
How good is Luna, I guess is
Oh, it's
what it comes down
83%.
to.
Oh god, Dota Plus really thinks this is over.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Dota Plus is not a believer.
Not a believer,
At least
no.
either in Luna or in Shopify or something, but
Double damage.
I mean, it's scary. This Bristleback, I don't think a Silver Edge is going to be enough. I'll say that.
Yeah,
Radiant's top tower
it's kind of
is
like
under attack.
you need Silver Edge plus Ags on the Lina, and then have the
This
bristle positioned away from
Could be a
Grave.
Oh, good.
That's kind of like the territory of comeback right now for
Radiant's top
Shopify.
tower has fallen.
Smoke up though from Thunder Awaken. Shurika has completed the Aghanims. He can of course now charge debuff immune heroes, even though BKBs aren't in play.
Yeah, which has been seen here. Charging the wave. Ooh, Shopify, there's really something you want to go for. Abed is not in the kitchen right now. You will be cooking without him. Piece of travel are available though, so he can come in if he wants, and they are going to try and make this one happen, and they're going to be able to take down the ILICH straight off the bat. So if Thunder Awakens do choose to fight, it will be a 4-on-5, but they're going to just hold them off with the egg here. It's almost like Shopify saying, like, okay, just give us a minute. Just give us a sec.
Oh. That felt like a very fatherly egg though from Fly. He's using the Sunray like, back off, get away from me, get away from my Arteezy.
Get away from my boys.
My Arteezy's gonna farm and win me the game, get away.
Yeah, we got our kill. You used your demonic purge. It's fine. So,
I mean, when you're behind them, you do want to use spells like that, right? It's like you're kind of...
No, absolutely. I mean, that was a great series of events for Shopify Rebellion. Like they got the kill into a Spirit Breaker. They relieved a little bit of a map pressure, and just buy themselves a little bit more time for Arteezy to keep on farming, keep on trying to get himself into the game, become a hero.
I like the pickup though from Knight. Of course, he had the Vanguard. He then disassembled. He's now turned it into a Bloodstone and a Lotus Orb using the components for both of these items. And now that'll obviously help with the swap situation. He can poke his head up, hit Lotus. If you swap me, I'm not going anywhere. I can then walk back down the lane a little bit. But they need to be careful. The fact that ILICH just died twice. But oh, they're smoked up. They're looking for the fight.
They see Arteezy. They see the Luna. The Luna doesn't catch. She blows him up, but here comes the charge. ILICH connects onto the Luna. They need the rest of the team here, and they need him now. Where is the Bristleback? He's coming behind. He's lagging behind the fight a bit, and now in they go with the Eclipse. Will take down the Dazzle. A little bit of hope being shown, but in they go. Oh my God, the Blender has arrived. The Quills are here, and down goes Crit and Arteezy, taken out together. Abed, he just needs to run. He needs to get himself away, but he's gooed up right now. Suddenly finds himself covered in snot. And now the charge comes in and the damage is there. It's a triple kill for Knight. Bristleback is just owning. He doesn't care when his Dazzle's dead.
Not only does he just do an immense amount of damage with Core Spray, he also has like plus 300 bonus damage. Yeah. Oh. Sometimes you wish Matumba never retired. This was his patch, you know? Like, get him out of retirement, get him in.
Wake him up. Yeah, I mean, so they're in a great position right now, Thunder. They've managed to get themselves a good few kills. They've beaten down Arteezy a couple of times. When do we see them going for the key objectives? Next Roshan into high ground? Is that what we're thinking?
Yeah, so like the next Aegis is going to be key Thunder Awaken. Just have that little bit of insurance. I think Shopify are doing a pretty good job at getting that one core kill to give themselves some lease of life in the game, but I feel like if there's an Aegis in play, it's... Wait, we swapped him, we killed him. Oh, he's now respawned. We don't have Sunray, we don't have Egg. There isn't that repositioning tool. So I think Thunder Awaken, farm the map, keep preventing Shopify from being super efficient with how they farm. Next Aegis, smoke pick or straight into high ground. I feel like the next 10 minutes of the game is going to be a real big indicator if Thunder Awaken can close this one out. Again, this net worth has always been a little bit awkward. 6k, 5k, it's been really kind of in a balancing point.
Smoke up. Shopify Rebellion, they're on the hunt. Ooh, they're going for the Bristleback. They're going for the big boy.
They have the silver.
Oh, but the whole team's behind him. It's going to be tough. Knight actually goes behind. SabeRLight goes for the deep jump here, trying to catch out the Dazzle or something, but these are different plans. They do take down MGZ. That's a lot of damage coming straight off the bat. Egg comes down as well. Knight, though, he's playing tanky with the Bloodstone coming through as well. He's going to be absolutely fine. Shopify, do they go for the reset? They've been given some time to breathe here, and they're not leaving. Arteezy doesn't want to put the fight away. But Thunder, they're not going to give them a chance. Going to back themselves away. They respect Shopify Rebellion, and they will leave.
Nice. Still in the area,
though.
Silver's back up into
the area. The swap's out onto Knight. He's just gone. Luckily, it was the support Knight and not the carry Knight. Sorry for the viewers at home. This is confusing, I know. Blame Thunder Awakens for naming two of their players the same damn thing.
It's cheaper on printing the shirts.
True. They come start immediately out to ILICH though. Knight just being held in position. And there's just the point where they try and go for him. I mean, they don't have the break available just yet. Can silver edge him if you want, but he's still got that Bloodstone. Arteezy's just getting cooked right now. He's going towards the tree line, trying to get himself out, but the whole team just chasing him down. The Luna is dead, and Knight's going to get yet another kill from him. I think Shopify Rebellion just stuck around a little bit too long. They tried to make the reset happen, but it just didn't work out for them.
I mean, there's a lot of layers to how Shopify needs to take the fight, right? They need SabeRLight to jump the back to disjoint SD and Dazzle's positioning. They need Abed to be in position to either punish this SD or Dazzle, but also if Luna finds the Bristle with the break, to quickly pivot and try and go for that explosive blow-up pre-save. And Shopify, the fact that they're trying to make these plays whilst Egg's on cooldown as well, you know, kind of removing a hero from your roster to some degree. They're playing underneath Thunder Awaken Vision on top. They really were trying to push the limits of their heroes, but fundamentally it was just too difficult. And Thunder Awaken, they execute in the moment. They just drag the fight, really just take away the positioning so no one could help each other out. And that's where, yeah, this Spearbreaker Bristle lineup, they love these chaotic, wait, where's your construct? There isn't any, let me just break you down. And yeah, second goes towards them.
You have to be so disciplined, don't you, to play against this draft.
There's a single mistake and then it's gone. Like, Silver Edge is actually so key here. Like if Arteezy misclicks the Silver Edge, then suddenly the ability to fight is somewhat removed. And
Well, see, Alright, what's that last fight? He was just running away from the bristleback with his Silver Edge available because he knows that, like,
Radiant's middle
we don't
tower
use it.
is
Like, the
under
bristleback doesn't
attack.
care. Good Bloodstone and Quill stacks. Like, he's gonna heal regardless. SabeRLight, maybe in some trouble here. Gonna have to pop the ultimate to get himself out of dodge. Link now available, does get to safety. Abed as well, gonna be able to TP out from this one. So dragging Thunder around the map is exactly what you want to be doing here, but you gotta wait another 70 seconds for Stampede to come back and for you to do that again.
no, the next item here for Arteezy is it's super important. Is he going to go for a Skadi for extra hill mitigation? Will he go for maybe just more damage to try and go, if I break you, I'm going to kill you? Like, Centaur's going for the Shivas, so he's already thinking about the heal aspect already with his items. And
Yeah.
Arteezy not giving us any information with his quick buy. So got nothing
bit of
to
a
go off right
tease,
now.
but-
Yeah, a little bit of a tease.
I'm expecting the Skadi. It makes sense. It's really good with this 20 talent as well. You get really long range, loosen beams, which can also apply Skadi to people.
It's weird because
Helps
like,
you play the fights much slower, but
this is also a game where like Hurricane Pike would have been cool as an earlier item, but like you don't want to buy it now, of course, because like into Spirit Breaker, just having that pushback cancelling the charge is always very nice. But there's no way he's gonna buy it as a 4th item. It's like just a redundant item now for him. And even building range against a bristle, like I do feel like where he's itemized is very good. Like I think most of the items I was mentioning he's gone for here, like the Silver Edge and Lincolns were the big two. It
Radiant's
really is just
middle
what's
tower
the
is under attack.
statement item now for him. Because I think for Luna, these are the items for Arteezy to want to play a fight. Now he needs to think of the item that allows him to win the fight with a bit of confidence. And
yeah.
Dire's bottom tower is under
that's-
attack.
It's got to give him something, because right
Radiant's
now,
middle tower
Knight's
is
up on the
under
high
attack.
ground. Bristleback, he's got an Aegis, another 2 minutes 20 on this bad boy. He's just smacking away at the tier 3 towers. You've got to do something about this. You've got to answer this. They do have a Fortify available, and they'll have another one when the tower falls, so
Dire's bottom tower
that's kind of the
is
timer
under
for
attack.
Arteezy. That was the dinner bell. So that's it. SabeRLight has just dragged 3 heroes at the top side of the map. Okay, will almost TP out. Does get caught eventually, so
Dire's bottom
I don't think it matters what happens to him here. I think it's just value regardless.
Live on.
Am I wrong?
it does feel pretty value, to be fair. Awaken have spent quite a lot of time looking backwards, finding these pesky Shopify heroes who are constantly skipping waves and just doing weird things.
Dire's bottom
And Knight
tower
is trying his
under
best this time. Like,
attack.
guys, I'm trying to end the game here. Can we
Radiant's
please
top
just
tower is under
stop
attack.
looking back? Let's just hit a tier 3.
It would
Like
feel
86
more
firing in a
value if it
minute.
wasn't for the case that this Bristleback can just siege alone as one hero.
Oh, Arteezy used his Eclipse trying to kill off ILICH. ILICH has a gem now as well, so there'll be no element of surprise for Arteezy. Meanwhile, in top lane,
Yeah,
Knight
this
is
is
still
the game.
trying his hardest to get a Rax.
Yep, one tower has gone. Gonna refresh the Fortify. You don't want to use it against a Bristleback who's just slowly chipping it down, but at the same time, it's not that slow. There's nothing you can do about it. He's not leaving.
This is probably the
Radiant's
most
middle
awkward
tower
Rax
is
taken
under attack.
I've seen here at the
Radiant
Road to the
structures
International.
are fortified.
My 3rd game, but it's still the most awkward.
Yeah, it's insane.
Come on, you've got this, King.
Oh, here we go. Swap back immediately, just dumping the whole kitchen sink into the guy. All right, they bring him down. What now? That is the question. You don't have break for a second life, so I have a feeling he just runs away. But without an Aegis, can he keep the siege going? Oh, so far so good. As the Legion's going to come in and keep hitting it, but the Barrack is alive, and no Aegis on the side of Thunder Awaken, so...
We got to the spicy part of the game. There's no Aegis now. Like, the next time Knight walks up the high ground, if his Lotus isn't in play, the same thing's gonna happen. But then ILICH is in.
Oh, he certainly is. He's plenty tanky, though. BKB's out. Lotus Sword's on him as well. Can't really free cast on this guy. Any hero, it feels like, can do that on the side of Thunder Awaken and not be punished for it, which is absolutely insane.
ILICH is just a madman. Like, this is true Spirit Breaker. Like, ooh, I'm in. Oh, wait, you went behind me. Then again, though, he is moving at, what, 1,000,000 miles per hour. He's got the 200 move speed talent on 20, plus the fact that the phase boost amps it up as well. Like, he can be in the fight in a matter of milliseconds compared to other heroes. Just need to keep that in mind. Can't get too carried away with how quickly he gets in and out. But Shopify, they are now smoked up themselves, looking to fight.
Eclipse is back. Dazzle would be a great target here, but it could be so quick from SLATEM. My goodness, you're not catching this guy sleeping as he immediately turns around and brings down Crit. Fantastic work, and now on the sidelines, they do see Bristleback. They're going to try and bring him down. They're able to do so. The break is there, the damage is in, and the egg helps as well. And Knight is gone. Finally, they bring down the Hedgehog, but now they're looking to keep the fight going. In comes the Spirit Breaker, tears Abed apart, and they just need to leave. Shopify Rebellion, they got the kill, but they could only bring down one. That does seem to be the issue here. And SabeRLight going to lead them on a merry old chase. Come with me, my friends, across the map. But the charge is there from ILICH. That will put an end to his shenanigans, and SLATEMs will finish him off with a big old Shadow Wave.
Okay, there it is. They killed the Bristle. Finally, they trade 3 heroes. I'm trying to decide if that's a win or not. I think momentum-based, a little bit of breathing room for Shopify. But the fact that it's like, we finally killed Bristle, and that Spirit Breaker, he's in his like end game level of items in play, right? Like, he's doing so much damage in these fights. He did what? 3,700. The Dazzle did 6,500. Like these heroes, they're no joke. On top of that, I've not even mentioned it, but the Grimstroke can still go for the Aghanims. ILICH is in the base again. Hold on.
Surely this is punishable. Surely they can catch him out. The swap is there, the damage is in, and
why is he there?
Yeah. He's a Spirit Breaker, T Governor. You know this answer more than anybody.
That was rather illegal.
Well, it was illegal. He did get punished for it. It's feudal punishment here in the Dota world. That's definitely going to put a bit of a speed bump in the road for the side of Thunder Awaken to a kind
of a speed mountain. It's a massive thing. Just fed away a gem.
Oh, he had a gem in there. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
It's getting worse. But ooh, and Shard now and Luna as well picked up. We mentioned that earlier on, how that's going to be a pretty key factor in the late game. Like, yeah, 25% doesn't sound too much, but when you get to the late game, these percentages mean a lot.
So no, we got a really interesting development with Arteezy item, right? So he went for Satanic to make sure he can stand his ground a bit, but he's looking to go Butterfly because he disassembled the Mask of Madness. But there's a Grimstroke Axe soon to come into play, plus an SD, and he has no MKB.
Top tower is under attack.
So he's potentially double amping both of the supports on Thunder Awaken if he is to complete this item. You could argue that maybe Bloodthorn could have been quite a cute item for the Luna in this game. Have the Mage Slayer, bit of tankiness, provide that reduction in damage.
Very nice job on the Lotus Orb here, and now they can look to start the fight. SabeRLight's going to be the target right now. Sunray's coming through, and it does absolutely nothing. Down goes SabeRLight. Buyback from him as Abed and Arteezy are just trying to find a way to get into this fight, but there's not really any direction they can move in from. Oh, they have managed to find the backlines though. They've managed to find Knight, but in comes a Grave out onto him, so he's going to be okay for the time being. Meanwhile, on the other side, Crit does go down to MJZ. Buyback's coming out from 2 of the Shopify heroes so far as Fly's Egg finally comes to an end, and Knight once again just taking place, standing in front of Shopify Rebellion, daring them to come for him. Coming around the side, but in comes the Eclipse. Arteezy is trying to go through right now, but it's too damn hard. It's too much damage, and now the Bristleback's on top of him. He needs to fight back, but how do he do it? Satanic comes out, but he's stun locked forever. Down goes the Luna.
Back already?
Oh no, he's just in the middle of everything right now, trying to fight this one up, but it's not going to happen. The Centaur, he gets torn down as well. And once again, the moment these fights get broken, it is just Thunder all the way home.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And Knight instantly bot lane.
They're just ignoring Roshan, they don't care.
I think this is a really good read here. Just, Dazzle died though. Hold up, pause.
Radiant's
no buyback on Centaur, he died back. Venge, also no buyback, that's a dieback.
That's true.
Radiant's top barracks are under attack.
2 heroes out for the count, and Knight, he knows that if there's not at least 4 heroes alive, there is no chance they're taking him down. So, yeah, doesn't care about Roshan, just goes straight in for the barracks. And again, the Fortify is there. It's kind of awkward that he has to stay on the lane with creeps on it to defend the creeps, so it's a bit strange. But
It was also just like a weird fight to take. Like Shopify, they had exceptional vision up there. They have this triangle of observers, but to hug the tree line, to not find that clean jump, they weren't able to easily go, okay, Centaur initiate follow-up. It was Centaur dies, buybacks, don't worry guys, he's coming, let's try and fight again. It felt forced. It felt like Shopify, the best place for them to fight is under the discipline of their high ground. Allow Thunder Awaken to misplay at the steps of your base, utilizing swap and punishing their positioning. But instead they opt to actively seek the fight in an area where it's quite easy for Thunder Awaken to buy back TP if they need to. They didn't even need to do that. And on top of it, it felt a little bit forced from them. And in doing so, Thunder Awaken continued to have such an exceptional game one in this series. Looking to take the third Roshan, Aegis Cheese and Refresher. Spear Breaker.
What a game.
Yeah.
I mean, what a game coming out from Thunder Awaken. Game number one of the day for them looked absolutely terrible.
Radiant are scanning.
Putting it bluntly,
It was brutal.
I think they have made a lot of improvement. Like, every game you're seeing the improvements, which is very cool to see from a team very fresh into their TI run and history, right? I think one player's previous TI, 4 players haven't. And often these types of teams, you don't really see adjustments mid-series, mid-game. It takes at least a day to do it. But this team, I think from game to game, you are seeing that slight shift in how do you want to approach this group stage. And this third game for their day has been, of course, the best because they're winning it, but
yeah,
very enjoyable stuff.
My God, what are they going to be like on their fourth game? I'm pretty sure they probably play like 8 games today or something.
It's a lot of games. I think they're also playing first and I need to double check actually. I need to see if any teams are playing first and last. They are. Thunder Awaken is playing the first series of the day and the last series of the day. Ouch.
Well, let's just hope their power level continues.
They got like a 10-hour difference between their first and last series. Well, winning this one will of course fuel them into that final one. Swap back,
In comes the damage. The Bristleback's taken down for the first time here, but don't forget he's got that Aegis, so coming back in a minute. Meanwhile, Luna is stunned up for now. She needs to get herself out of this one. The damage is coming through, and then comes the Stampede. That's going to save for the time being, as well as the Glaze being used to mitigate some of that damage coming out. But Crit is already gone to the Dazzle, and SabeRLight, he's in some trouble as well. The damage is too much coming out from Knight right now. He takes him down again. There's so much damage on this Bristleback with this 25 talent. He's ripping through the buildings, ripping through the barracks now as well. You use your combo to kill him the once, but now you need to do it the twice, and without the swap available on the bench, it's just looking impossible. Nice little stance to the two of them, but it's not going to make a difference. The top lane of barracks starting to fall. Only 3 heroes on the side of Shopify to defend with. And the Lunar Illusion as well. Just going to start going to town on Arteezy. He does just turn around and kill off in like 1 hit, but meanwhile, he's dealing with the barracks. Yeah, sure, they get ILICH, whatever. Mega creeps going the way of Thunder Awakens. Nice. He's on the front. Eclipse is there, but it comes a grave. They're keeping him alive for the time being. Another Hex comes down onto Arteezy. Arteezy, he's holding his ground though, because they're not looking to fight him. They're backing away, but SLATEM, he didn't quite get that memo. He's still trying to bring down Abed. Abed actually trying to TP back to the fountain. Might just make it in time. And SLATEM will eventually get caught out. So, okay, they get a couple of exit kills. It's okay, but mega creeps.
Yeah, I think this fight just kind of proves to me that if Shopify just potentially sacked that previous Roshan attempt, farmed that next item, then they would have been in a much better position to defend this. And it kind of happened, right? The way they lost their first racks, the way they lost their second racks, is that kind of excitement of, wait, we actually got to kill on Bristle, to then kind of throw it away on the wider map. And now if you look at SabeRLight, where's his item progression? He's been kind of close to Shiva's guard for now, what, 15 minutes of the game? And these are all the small things that you need against this lineup with how much healing and kind of forward-pushing concepts that Thunder Awaken are bringing in. You need every little bit in your itemization to get you into the fight, but again, Shopify threw themselves into just Thunder Awaken territory, and of course they're going to take the loss. And on the fights at least. Not yet the game. They are playing into mega creeps.
Dire's middle tower.
I mean, I
is
think
under
Barreling
attack.
it down mid.
Dire's structures.
I don't
are
like to be a
fortified.
hater, but I'm not
Yeah,
seeing a
how
way
is
back
it,
into
man?
it for Shopify Rebellion. This one's almost over. I think once Thunder respawn, they just control the map. Shopify Rebellion have to sit in their
Dire's
base.
middle tower.
They're not going to do
has
anything with
fallen.
these
Okay,
two
hold up,
kills
hold
they
up.
got.
You say that, but look at the
Sure.
buyback situation right now.
Radiant's
Dazzle
middle tower
can't afford
is
it.
under attack.
Bristle can't afford it. They've also shown with new items. Potentially, if Thunder Awaken get excited and lose a fight, they could technically lose the game.
Luna can end games, sure. Luna's
There we go.
always an end killer. If you don't have buyback, Luna can end
God.
games, yes, but
Basically, Shopify can win the game in the next 30 seconds based off of one misplay, or they just lose the game based on
which
Thunder
they
Awaken
don't
being
know about to add. they
correct.
don't know
And the lanes
buyback
aren't even there.
Radiant's middle tower
Yeah.
is under attack.
This is their
If
time.
all of these conditions are fulfilled,
I'm just trying to give hope to any of the NA fans, you know? Like, this is, you know, SA's ruling supreme in this first game. Just trying to give them a glimmer of hope, what to look out for. And fair play to Shopify, they did look for that actual play. They were
Radiant's
smoked up
middle
and
tower is under
with the
attack.
creeps barreling down the lanes. This should be it for
Radiant's
Thunder
middle
Awakens.
tower
Not just
is
creeps
barreling down lanes. Thunder in the base right now, and now they found SabeRLight. SabeRLight pops out ultimate, needs to get himself out of this one, but I'm not sure he's going to get a chance to. The blender goes off, Bristle back shreds him to pieces, and now in the back lines, they've also caught out Fly. He's just gone as well. Does have a buyback available on the Phoenix. They're going to have to find a really cute entry into this fight, and I'm just not sure that's possible.
Radiant
Building's being destroyed, Swap is out, but the Lotus is there. We're just giving the Bristle a whole lot of HP. And now heads out onto Arteezy. Arteezy in some trouble. He needs to turn away, fight around right now. He needs to start hitting up these blades with the Satanic. I mean, he's keeping himself alive, but he's doing absolutely piddle of damage. And into the fountain he will go, but his Ancient is falling. Shopify Rebellion, they need to find a way to fight up into this right now because they are running out of health on that Ancient, and down he goes. No, he's just doing way too much damage, and there it goes. The Ancient will fall, and Thunder Awaken pull off a crazy victory here. What an